This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you an exclusive interview with Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Minister of State on Initiatives and Achievements of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The interviewer is AIR correspondent Bhupendra Singh.
Sir, next year India is going to complete 75th year of independence. What kind of India do you visualize in the coming years which will be helpful in giving the country a new identity on the global stage in the digital sector?
It is true that we are today 75 years as an independent country. We are a country, of course, with a history that goes way, way back, with thousands of years of culture and heritage and history backing this nation. However, it is also true that it is in the last 8 years or so that the country has made rapid strides in many areas, and many unfulfilled, incomplete agenda issues that were left after independence to drift and fester have been completed in the last 7 years. So I look forward to the next 25 years, an India at 2047, an India that is 100 years of independence, as a country that is truly prosperous, has provided equitable opportunity to every Indian, and has made the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's promise of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas a reality, and a country that is recognized by the rest of the world as a shining example of what a democracy can be and is.
Sir, what preparations have been made by your ministries and departments regarding the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and what programs are being planned to convert this mass festival into a public participation movement?
MeitY especially has done a tremendous amount of work in the last 7 years to transform the lives of normal Indians, has brought the government closer to every Indian, has been instrumental in making sure government subsidies and government funds that are delivered to citizens reach without corruption. So MeitY has done a lot in the last 7 years to transform the lives of every Indian, which is what the Prime Minister's vision has always been, that technology should transform and empower every individual if technology is to be useful in democracies. And so MeitY over the next 1 year will lay out a large number of programs to celebrate the 75 years of independence that India is celebrating, but also to celebrate and involve citizens in planning and hoping for the next 25 years to be even better than the last 7 years of the 75 years of independent India. So there are a number of programs being planned with active participation by citizens, ranging from apps to recognizing unsung heroes to recognizing the best technology minds of the country, where citizens will participate on our digital platforms and engage with both government and the ministry.
So what were the schemes of your ministries and department in the last 7 years which played an important role in taking the country forward on the path of progress and development?
MeitY, more than any other ministry, at least I would like to think so, has done more to transform the lives of Indians based on the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, that technology is the true empowerer of a citizen. MeitY has done a lot to make sure that government funds meant for the poor and the underprivileged in our country reaches them without any leakage, without any corruption. MeitY has done a lot in terms of participatory governance through its MyGov platform. MeitY has done a lot to bridge the gap between government and citizen through various apps. And more recently during COVID, MeitY has stepped up and helped the government and helped the citizen, helping with apps like Arogya Setu, the CoWIN app, etc. So I think MeitY's role in the last 7 years has been something that every Indian can be proud of. And I certainly hope that MeitY can continue to help and transform people's lives in the next 25 years.
So Digital India is transforming India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. How is this scheme providing necessary impetus to the growth of the nation, and what are the targets set by the government to provide hassle-free digital services to the people across the country?
Digital India, as you know, is inspired by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision that finally technology is the way to empower every Indian citizen and bring the Indian citizen closer to the government. And technology certainly has done that through the Digital India program. In my opinion, the significant flagship programs like the BharatNet program that will bring online over 40 to 50 crore Indians, making India one of the largest connected countries in the world, having 1 billion people connected on the internet, will certainly unleash the energies and the powers and the imagination and innovation of crores of Indian youth all around the country. And that is really going to propel India from the current fifth largest economy in the world to hopefully the top two economies of the world in the next 25 years. So I have a great expectation of the Digital India program in particular and technology in general in fulfilling our Prime Minister's dream of India becoming one of the leading nations of the world.
How the Common Service Center program under the Digital India mission is helping to provide various citizen-centric services at the grassroots level?
As I said, one of the biggest objectives our Prime Minister had in the use of technology was that it would bridge the distance between government and the citizen. That citizens would not have to go running from one office to the other to get many of the government services done. And the Common Service Center, there are over 4.5 lakh Common Service Centers that connect citizens to the government and offer a large number of services, and also provides for a village level entrepreneur to be running the Common Service Center. So it not just provides employment, but it also connects crores of Indian citizens to their government and avail these services without corruption, in a hassle-free manner, and in an extremely efficient and smooth manner. So Common Service Center is almost like a backbone of governance and e-governance for crores of Indian citizens.
What kind of steps have been taken to reduce the digital divide across the country?
The digital divide will be addressed as we connect more and more Indians, offer more and more Indians the opportunity to come online. That is the best way to bridge the digital divide. Currently, 80 crore Indians have access to the internet, but we still have 40 crore Indians who don't have access to the internet. And through the BharatNet program that the Prime Minister has envisaged, it is clear that 1.2 billion Indians will all get connected to the internet soon, and that is the best way to bridge the digital divide and make sure that every Indian has the equal opportunity to better future and to make the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas promise and commitment of our Prime Minister a reality.
To promote the indigenous electronic manufacturing sector, what measures have been taken by the government to make India a global manufacturing hub?
One of the biggest successes of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's programs in MeitY has been the tremendous success of electronics manufacturing. India is now the second largest mobile phone manufacturer in the world. In 2014, we were at 1.9 lakh crores of electronics exports, and currently we are at about 5.3 lakh crores, almost a 3-time jump in just 5 years, 6 years. This is clearly a great success, and it is the Prime Minister's vision that on top of this we will start expanding into areas of electronic manufacturing in IT hardware, components, semiconductors, PCBs, and the whole ecosystem for electronic manufacturing in the coming years. His ambition is to make India one of the largest hubs of electronic manufacturing in the world, and certainly it is MeitY's task or mission to help fulfill the Prime Minister's vision and dream and make it a reality.
Digital transactions have increased multifold in the country. With the increase in the number of transactions, financial frauds are posing a challenge. What kind of steps have been taken by the government to make digital financial transactions safe in the country?
Digital financial transactions and digital finance in particular is one of the greatest success stories. It makes India a showcase for the rest of the world, because digital financial transactions ensure that more and more of the economy is clean, is legitimate, is legal, and transactions that haunted the country for many, many years of black money and illegal transactions are becoming less and less. So digital transactions are very important for a clean economy, and India is a shining example to the rest of the world and a pioneer in many ways, and is showing the way to most other countries in the world, including the larger countries like US and Europe. In terms of security, it is MeitY's mission to make the internet a safe, trusted internet, and most of our policy making is aimed at making the internet a safe place to do business, safe place to transact, and in the event crimes are committed on the internet, that it will be swiftly detected and speedily prosecuted. So it is our endeavor to make the internet, and indeed the entire digital space, not just free and open, but also safe and trusted.
What efforts are being made by the government to ensure digital safety of the citizen, especially women in the country in recent years?
With the rapid expansion of the internet and the availability of the internet across the country and indeed across the world, safety of users has become a big challenge and is posing a major policy challenge to many governments around the world. India is the first government in the world to enact the regulations like the IT rules of February 2021, which is a direct requirement for increased user safety and to increase the accountability of social media intermediaries to the users. We are amongst the first countries in the world where internet users who are online can make the social media intermediaries accountable to them for fake news, for all kinds of other things that impact women's safety, women's reputation in terms of pictures, morphing, deepfakes, all of that. So I think we are the first country to do that. This will continue to evolve, but we are determined to make the internet a trusted, safe place for Indians to be online and also a place where intermediaries are accountable to the users.
Sir, as far as the IT intermediary rules are concerned, how it is going to be a game changer in the future, sir?
The IT intermediary rules are very, very important attempt to make the internet a safe and a trusted place for users and to ensure that these big tech intermediaries are accountable to users. And India is one of the first countries that is attempting to make sure that users are safe. User safety is as important as innovation and technology, and the IT intermediary guidelines are precisely meant to make users feel much more comfortable and safe while they are online, and at the same time ensuring that the big tech powerful intermediaries are legally accountable to even the smallest user, the furthest user that is online and using their platform.
Several elements are spreading misleading and incorrect information about the policies and scheme of the government. What kind of steps have been taken by the government to provide reliable information about these policies and check the spread of misleading information?
I think the best way to counter fake news and propaganda and lies, and we should expect that as India rises in the world, there will be many forces that will try and slow down India's rise, and that there will be many people who will put out lies, try and trip up our government and trip up our democracy. The best way to combat that is to educate our users to ignore the lies, ignore fake news, but at the same time have a very, very clear, steady flow of accurate, truthful, real information to counter all of the fake propaganda that is put out there in an attempt to slow down India's rise. There is nothing like good news and truth to defeat bad news and propaganda.
Is the government planning to rope in more services with the Umang app? What steps have been taken so far to ease the lives of citizens by providing government services through online mediums?
Umang is clearly part of our government's vision of ease of living. Umang is a way for citizens to avail all of the government services that are available online. As more and more of the government goes online and more services are offered to citizens to improve their lives, to increase the ease of living, the Umang app will add more and more functions. That is just a natural consequence of more and more public services going online. So the citizens can look forward to the Umang app in the coming years, offering more services, more functionality, and to make their lives simpler, easier, and to increase the ease of living index in our country for all citizens.
So what progress has been made under the Digital Village project so far?
The Digital Village project is one of the most powerful parts of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's vision of taking the power of the internet to each village and unlocking and unleashing the power of innovation and creativity at every village by offering the connectivity to the internet to every family. It is in a pilot project stage today, and there are over 4,000 villages that are implementing the Digital Village project currently. I hope after the Digital Village project is successfully implemented, we can take the first phase of Digital Village to cover about 1 lakh villages across the country, including the aspirational districts.
To build a new self-reliant India, what steps have been taken by your ministry and department which will prove to be a game changer in the coming future?
I think everything that we do in our ministry is to make India a bigger technology power in the world, to increase our digital economy, to increase the capabilities of